30 minutes news presentation about Liberia and the rest of our one world. Today is Monday, September 18, 2023. My name is Titi Gibro with this afternoon's presentation. And the headlines: President George Weah holds crucial bilateral meetings in the United States ahead of the UN General Assembly. ECOWAS ambassador calls for robust media in countering fake news and misinformation during elections. Presidential candidate Simeon Fremont names education, health, and agriculture as top priorities if elected. And away from Liberia, Mali deploys extra soldiers to tackle Tuareg rebels in the northern Timbuktu region. Sports. The news in French, a report of Monrovia's weather and foreign development are all packaged. Zokwe Beslokanen sets the pace with a bulletin of news.
President George Weah is holding crucial meetings with bilateral partners on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, the United States. The Liberian leader has already done what has been described as fruitful discussion with UBA Group Chairman Tony Elumelu. President Press Secretary Isaac Solo Kyogbe made the disclosure in an ELBC interview Monday.
Yesterday, he arrived at the same time. He had meetings with some partners. One of those group he met was the co-president of the United Bank for Africa, Professor Luna, and they had a very frank discussions that will not be seen probably when he talks to the media. Hopefully, he'll be talking about that.
Mr. Kyogbe said President Weah will on Tuesday join world leaders for discussions on the sustainable development goals at the UN headquarters. He added that the Liberian leader will address the high-level debate of the UN General Assembly along with other world leaders on Wednesday. According to the presidential press secretary, the president's address will focus on holding of peaceful elections, call for action against global warming, and his government's achievements over the years. Several chiefs and elders of Todi and Dengola chiefdoms in rural Montserrat have declared support for the re-election of President George Weah. They named the pavement and rehabilitation of roads, tuition-free policy at the University of Liberia and public colleges as initiatives that warrant President Weah's re-election. Speaking recently in Todi district, the chiefs and elders said the achievements are testaments to President Weah's unwavering dedication to enhancing the lives of the rural and urban dwellers in the country. Receiving the endorsement, Labor Minister Councillor Charles Gibson lauded them for the demonstration of love and support. ECOWAS ambassador to Liberia, Josephine Nkrumah, has called for robust media in countering fake news, misinformation, and disinformation. Ambassador Nkrumah said fake news and disinformation do not only undermine the credibility of the media entity promoting them, but also the electoral process. The ECOWAS ambassador was speaking Monday when she officially launched the two-day ECOWAS engagement with media and CSO representatives in Monrovia.
The ECOWAS Commission sincerely hopes to foster an environment of informed and responsible journalism and reporting, believing fully well that it will contribute to the empowerment of our citizens and consolidate our democratic institutions.
Ambassador Nkrumah indicated that the two-day event presents an opportunity for the media, ECOWAS, and civil society organizations to act together on ending vices. Ambassador Nkrumah also used the occasion to highlight the voices of women in politics, especially those contesting the October 10 elections. Movement for Progressive Change standard bearer Simeon Freeman says he is the best alternative for the country's presidency. Mr. Freeman said his administration will industrialize the country through agriculture to create more jobs for Liberians. He highlighted education, health, and job creation as top priorities if elected president. The MPC presidential candidate also pledged to invest in the tourism sector to attract foreign investors to the country for the benefits of the citizens.
I'm quite bent on agriculture. I want to industrialize this country. I want to build the factories in this country. And by so doing, I will use the private sector to create the jobs that we do not have. I want to add value in terms of providing support to farmers. I also want to invest in education. I will also want to transform the issue of health.
He was speaking Monday on the Super Morning Show. The standard bearer of Democratic National Allegiance, William Tudor, says Liberia needs strong and vibrant justice system to move the country forward. Mr. Tudor vowed to promote the rule of law in state governance if elected president.
We do not have a strong foundation. A strong foundation for a country is justice. If you have a president who believes in justice, I'm telling you, this country will go straight.
The Democratic National Allegiance standard bearer made the remarks when citizens of Cone Town in Margibi County endorsed his presidential bid, and citizens of Grand Cape Mount County have benefited from over 1,000 solar lights. According to our correspondent, the donation is in fulfillment of President Weah's promise during his recent campaign tour to the county. The commissioner of Gola Kone District, Arthur Kone, told our correspondent that 200 solar lights were given to Tan and Lofa Bridge communities in the county. Meanwhile, the citizens have lauded President Weah for the solar lights.
Zokwe Beslokane returns a little later with our foreign development and weather report. One of our top stories this afternoon, ECOWAS ambassador calls for robust media and countering fake news and misinformation during the elections. To this story now, President George Weah is currently in New York for the 78th section of the United Nations General Assembly. The president is among world leaders set to address the high-level debate at the UN body on Wednesday. On the line from New York, the United States, Presidential Press Secretary Solo Kebe explains to Saba George about what's on the president's agenda.
So the things the president will be telling the world is that his all set